ladies of the Chyna'Pink talk show. Hey, it's the ladies of the Chyna'Pink talk show. The Chyna'Pink show. Chyna'Pink show. The Chyna'Pink show. Chyna'Pink show. Hey, India, Nikki, China Trees, Pinkaboo and Stacy, Chandra Maya. We the ladies of the Chyna'Pink show. Chyna'Pink show. The Chyna'Pink show. Chyna'Pink show. Hey.
I'm China, and you're watching the ladies of the Chyna'Pink talk show. Today, our special guest co-host, our author Keith Childs, is in the building with us today. Also, DC City Council candidate Dionne Reader will be with us for our second half of the show today. Today's topics are, is going out a problem in a relationship? And also, we want to talk about support. So please call in, or feel free to use the live Facebook feed to type your comments or questions. Stacy, would you please tell our audience our telephone number?
Yes. Give us a call at 240-389-3397.
All right. So what's going on, Mr. Childs?
Mr. Childs.
We happy to have you in the building with us today.
Hey, thanks for having me. What's going on, ladies? Thanks for having me.
You the man. We had to have you back because we need to know about what's going on with this Easy Prey. It's sold out and, you know, you got it going on right now.
Grinding, Stace. Actually, man, it's been a blessing. This book, you know, came out for those who may not know what book she's speaking about. I'm the author. I'm author Keith Childs. Hot new book out in the street now, guys, called Easy Prey, the trilogy, because it's the first of three. But it's doing well. I mean, I'm on the tour now. I released it on Memorial Day weekend, and it has been doing very well. It's been selling out on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and my own website at authorkeithchilds.com. So it's doing very well.
All right. So you said the first of three. So that means you have two more that's coming out after this.
Yes, the
trilogy.
So
are you going to turn one of them into a movie, or you got to do something on the screen?
Well, that's the plan. Actually, it's a blessing. About, I think it was 2 weeks now, I went down to the ABFF in Miami. That stands for the American Black Film Festival.
Okay.
Some really good connections. So, you know, don't want to speak too fast, but we're working on, you know, the goal is to now take this to a film. That's right. That's why I tell you read the book. Y'all, I'm gonna get on it because she one of the first ones that actually supported me and bought the book.
I did.
Not read it yet.
So
y'all make sure y'all get her.
I'm guilty of that. I am. I gotta read the book. I have bought it. I wanted to make sure I supported Mr. Childs, and I gotta read it.
Yes, you do.
And I'm a star. I promise I am.
Okay.
So the next time, either I'm on your show, or you come back on this show.
Right.
I'll be there told you all about it. I promise you.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Hold me to it.
Good.
But in the meantime, can you just tell us a little bit about the book, though?
Sure. The book is based. It's a fictional. First of all, guys, it's an absolute fictional. And the book is based around a young lady named Mallory Bell. Mallory Bell. Let me show.
Is that the real name?
That's my character name.
Okay.
It's all fake. All made up. But the book is about a young lady who, at the age of 5, she witnessed her mother and father brutally murdered. And unbeknownst to her murderers, she was hiding and witnessed all this. So it kind of traumatized her. So she goes, what I write about is she goes through this whole growing up, losing everything, going through the foster home, and becoming very successful, beautiful. But because of that incident, that tragedy, she became a little bit deranged. And she was driven with revenge. So that's what the whole chase is. Her name is Mallory Bell. If you read the book, you'll know she becomes Mallory Kilpatrick. And the reason her name became Mallory Kilpatrick is because the gentleman that killed her dad was her dad's business partner. His name was Patrick Dunnigan. So she became obsessed with killing Patrick. So she changed the name to Mallory Kilpatrick. So the chase begins. And it's very, so it's a thriller, it's a suspense, and very erotica. So it's not a child's book.
Okay. So how did you come up with that storyline, though? How did you think about that? Like,
to be honest with you, I know it sounds cliches, but God, I have no idea.
Really?
I got into writing about maybe 3.5 years ago, and I started with an idea, and actually the beginning of it was a buddy of mine, a partner, a friend of mine named Mitch Cradle. Him and I was working on a TV show together, and Mitch wrote a couple of books, and we were working on the show together. Then we found out as a group, I got a company called Empower Group. So I bought Mitch a part of it, and Anthony Commodore, and table. So we was coming up with this idea of trying to pitch this movie and kind of find out it just cost too much. We couldn't afford it, so we all tabled it. But the great thing about this story, and I'll get back to the story, what I was saying, the great thing about this story is everybody around that table is off doing their own thing.
Yes,
Mitch
I
is
see
doing
that.
wonderful, Anthony's doing wonderful, Vernon is doing wonderful displays. So everybody, Chris, Kendra, all of us, and our attorney. So, but back to how it came about. When we tabled that idea, I was home one night and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write a movie. My first time trying it. I started writing this idea and I was reading it, and people was like, "It sounds, man, that's a good idea." And then I said, you know what? I'm gonna make it a book. That's just like that. So I had no idea about writing a book. Never wrote a book before. I went to Mitch and I said, Mitch, give me some pointers, because he already had like 3 books, I think 2 or 3 books out already. And he was like, the best advice he gave me was just keep writing. I had no idea about writing, nothing. So I just wrote, and to be honest with you guys, I wrote this whole book in my phone.
Oh, wow.
I was just writing, and then I took a writing course, and I found out, when I went to the course, the instructor was like, read some of it to me, and I read it to him, and it was like, have you written before? And I'm like, nah. It's like, you're really, you have a talent. So, but what I didn't know was you're supposed to write, I guess the proper way to write, characters down. I did none of that because I didn't know to do it.
Right.
I just wrote.
You just wrote your story.
Huh?
You just wrote
your
story
as I wrote, and as I write, and I'm doing now. As I write and develop this, it becomes real in my mind. So it just writing, it just flows, and ideas come, and I think, and that's why it's based. If you read the book, it's based in Washington D.C. So a lot of people like that's from here, they can relate with different areas I use around D.C. And it's just and thank God from all the love and the people reading it. It's telling me it's a thriller, it's a page turner. That everybody want book 2 to come, and I'm like, I just put book 1 out like a month ago.
Right.
So I'm now thinking I'm gonna move my book 2 line up. I had a date line. I was gonna do it next year, but I think I'm gonna move it up because everybody's asking me like, when is book 2 coming?
I'm sure.
So this has been a journey. It's fun. And,
Okay.
But the tour is crying. So check. I put it on my Facebook page. I'll definitely send it to you. But the tour, we're booked up right now. I put it up like 2 months at a time. So all of July, all of August. Then I got all of September, all of October coming after that. So we'll be around. I got. I'm doing Gil Nelson. He has a play called No Time.
No Time.
I'm doing that.
So what are you doing for that play?
Well, I set up. I'm on
You
my
set
tour.
up.
It's part of my
Okay.
tour.
Okay.
I'm doing Summer Breeze. My man,
Nice.
my man Reynard and Pendergrass. So I'm there doing that. And I got a lot of like yesterday. I had a tour at one of my good friends. She has a hair salon called Something New Hair Salon, and sold out. And it's been a blessing. Like everywhere I'm going, these books are just selling out.
Nice.
So people like them.
So, what have you had any to go further than here in the area? Like, say like North Carolina, different places. Are you pitching it to go? Okay.
Right. Well, the plan is to start in my area, and like it's doing. Because as I say, as I tell my team, we have a little flame, right? So now just fanning the flame because people like the book, they like the story, which is a blessing. So people like it. Now it's just my job and coming on shows like you are, right here's the movie,
Put it on
hear
now.
about it, and let people just get it and read it. And once they read it, they're like, oh my God, I love this. I want book 2. I really like it. So now that's what I'm doing. I'm on this tour, as I call it the Chitlin tour. I'm around. Back in the day, they had it was called when I did music. They called it the Chitlin tour. You go to every little spot.
That's right.
And sell books. So and that was one of the main reasons I wanted to do I'm self-published because I wanted to do this. I wanted to touch the people. I wanted to get out there, sell one book at a time. That's what I'm doing. So it's a lot of work.
I'm sure.
A lot of work, but it's fun.
So you on the tour by yourself?
Yeah, it's me. It's me right now. I'm on my tour by myself. I did have a young lady on my radio show. Y'all may know. I think you'll know her name. Her name is Tiffany. She do the gummy.
Yeah.
Tiffany
Hainsworth.
So I'm gonna try to do some stuff. I was so impressed with her. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do some of I got some other part, like some tours on the rooftop and stuff like that. But I'm gonna try to fill her in if it works in her schedule to get on some of my tour with me. But
nice.
It's real sexy. Do something. We have we have wine and cupcakes at it. Just have fun. Come out, get a book, talk about the book. So the next part is once you get the book, then I'm gonna come back around. We're gonna discuss the book.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you had the book for a hint, like.
Don't talk about me, Keith. Stop it.
Right, but that's good. I mean, that's what it's been. It's been a blessing. So I'm really
okay. So you said that you're going to come out with part 2. How roughly, just estimate, ballpark figure, how long does it take you to write a book?
Well, the first book, I'm sorry, I was just saying the story and got sidetracked, but the first book took roughly about 3.5 years. And because my mom took ill, and I stopped for like a whole year.
Okay.
And when she passed away, before she passed away,
Mm-hmm.
I promised her I was gonna finish it. And she was like, Mom, writing this book. She's like, baby, finish it. So when she passed, I ain't do that for a whole year. I just said I was gonna finish it. So truth be told, I told myself I don't care if nobody don't buy the book. I just want to finish it.
That's right. That's
I ain't
right.
care nobody bought it, to be honest with you. I'm glad they all buying it.
Yeah.
They like it. But I was like, let me just do this because I wanted to complete it. That's why I dedicated the book to her and everything. But so I would say maybe like 2.5 years. But that's me. Some people do it quicker. I've met people say they can do this in a couple months. Some people take longer. But I gotta catch a vibe. Like I just can't sit and just write when I don't feel like writing. When it hit me, I'll go. And I found out too. I'm learning as I'm growing. I like scenery. Like I like going sitting by the water. I like serene sound. So when I'm sitting by water and stuff like that,
help you write.
My mind just be going.
Okay.
So I pick different areas to go in the park, sit and write. So it's cool.
Okay.
'Cause I'm on book 2 now. I'm probably on chapter 6 on book 2.
Oh, really?
So how many chapters?
Okay.
This book had 24 chapters.
Wow.
And I'm gonna make the other one probably a little bit bigger, not too much, because I'm finding out people don't like big, thick books. So I'm gonna make it just a little bit bigger, but it's where the story's going right now because this book gave me so much momentum. This Mallory Bell off the hook, so it's just I'm coming out. Oh, it is so much. She off the hook. You got to find about Mallory Bell.
So part 2 is just like I'm gonna read it, but so it's kind of like a continuance from book 1.
Yes, it is. It's because it's actually a cliffhanger. So it just
that's what I was going to ask.
It takes you from here, and it leaves you on the cliffhanger, getting ready for. It's like one of my favorite shows, and I love how they write Power. How Power takes from season to season. And actually, when I first thought about writing the book, that was my mindset. Like I'm gonna put one out this spring, the next one out next. You know how Power make you wait the whole year.
Oh yeah.
But I'm finding that I'm getting so many people saying, "Hey, Keith, I want book 2. I want book 2." Because people is getting the book. It's like I read it in 4 hours.
Wow.
Because they just say they can't put it down. So
nice.
So I'm gonna move it up.
That's what's up.
So I'm gonna tell you when I'm gonna start reading it. I'm not a reader, and I be having so much going on. But when I go on my trip at the end of the month, I'm gonna take it with me on the airplane, and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna start it on my way out of town, and then when I come back, I'm gonna finish it some more. I'm gonna read it some more, and then I'm gonna continue it on. But I like to read when I'm in settings like that. Because other than that, I can't sit still long enough.
Right, and a lot of us like
that's why I asked about a movie. Yeah. I would love to see a movie for this.
Well, also too, before the movies, like right now, hopefully in the next week, it'll be on ebooks because I'm getting a lot of questions about the ebook, and then we're gonna work toward getting an audio. Because a lot of people like audiobooks.
Yes,
that's
right.
And then maybe the next step after audio, we work on getting the script done, and so that's the phases that I want to take the book. Everything work out right.
Nice. Well, just don't forget that Stacy and I, both of us are actresses.
I know.
So don't forget about us when you come out with your movie. Don't forget about us.
Hey, I see y'all work. Y'all be putting it in.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So Stacy, what you think? You think we should go into our first topic that you came up with today?
Yes.
So you want to kick it off?
Okay. Now which one we gonna do first?
We gonna go with the going out. Is going out a problem?
Yes, okay. So the topic for today is, do you think going out is a problem in a relationship?
The topic, do I think,
that's the topic. That's the topic itself. Whether it's a man, whether it's male or female.
Okay.
Do you have a problem with your mate going out?
Are they asking me the question to answer?
Yeah, I'm asking you now.
Oh, no, not at all. That's easy. No.
Okay.
I don't think it's a problem at all. I think if you are comfortable with your mate, and it all comes back to the big T word. If you trust your mate, if you trust your mate, then no, not at all. I mean,
thank you.
It's really, for me, it's easy to kind of foresee that. If you with someone that you trust, then it don't matter. But if you with someone you don't trust, then it matters. But then they ask the question, why are you with them if you don't trust them?
Right.
So it goes through that, and so many of us go through that when we're with people that we don't trust. Because you go through their phones, you chat, you go through their phone, all that. If you got to spend that much time to worry about another human being, you probably don't. My thing is, I don't want to be with you.
That's right.
Misery love company, and I could be miserable by myself.
That's right.
But I got too much stuff I'm doing as a man and a human being to worry about another whole human being and what they're doing. So you really want, I think everybody want to aim for that, but you want to be with someone that's one word you have to deal with.
That's
so
right.
If you trust them, no. If you don't trust them, then it will become a problem because it's called insecurity.
Yeah.
So you're married, right, Keith?
I am.
Okay, so I've seen you at Summer Breeze, and I've seen you also. Do your wife go to things like that, or she's not really into that?
She go to stuff, but she don't go to stuff like that. She haven't been, but now here lately because we have 2 kids.
Okay.
And my wife will be more on like taking care of the girls and being there. But now that they get a little older, she's going out more with the girls and everything.
Okay.
Like we try to do in our household, you know, if everything is all right financially, everything is great. We try to set for 4 trips in our household.
Okay.
We do a guy trip. We do a girl trip. She do a girl trip. I do a guy trip. We do a trip together, and then we do a trip with the family.
That sounds great.
That is good.
Yes.
When we first, got married, the pastor said to us, I've been with my wife now 26 years. We've been married for 16. But he said to us, and we all agree with, you must always respect your time, her time,
our time.
That's right.
That's
right. A lot of people get married, and the first thing they do is they think that you become one. We become one union.
Right.
We not one. I still want my own individuality as well as she do.
That's right.
I don't want I'm not her father and she's not my mother, so I don't own her. She don't own me. We still respect each other's space, but we still respect the union. So I think it works for us.
Yes.
So some people work toward.
I love that idea. That sounds great.
Yeah, and that's I was asking because to make that a topic because you find a lot of people that really don't hear it a lot on another level. They always hear it as pretty much on a negative side versus a positive side to it. It's not that, like you said, the trust thing, and that's one thing. I like to have these conversations because a lot of people don't have that trust, and it's so hard out here now to kind of trust.
Oh yeah.
Because of what you see going on. So, I just want people to realize that, or even just couples. If you just because someone decides to go that they want to go out, you have to look at the sign of the times as well. We now, this is what they say you grow out of things. Yeah, you do grow out of things. Right. And it's a whole lot of things that a lot of people have grown out. But when you want to still see, your rare essence and your bands that you've been seeing because they still out here cranking. Correct. Don't take it because we are this age now that we can't go do this, or you this age now you want to go to the party. Yeah, because they are still kicking. Exactly. However you want to put it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not like everything stopping you out here searching for a party and you going dibble dabbling looking for a party. This is the way. These are the ways of the world right now. So you can't hold that just because you married type thing or you in a relationship. I feel that if you don't want me to go out, what's your reasoning? Right. I'm human too. I have my good time. I want to have my good time just as well as you. Right. Okay, let's do this. How about you frequent yours and I frequent mine? Goes back to your space and mine. We just don't frequent the same places, but we can go do us. Right.
And the question become, I guess, and this is the crazy thing is, so many people, search and want the marriage with women. But it's like the fairy tales of a young woman. I get it. You want to be married. It's your day. You want to be swept off your feet. Great. There's nothing wrong with that. But why do we have it where marriage have to feel like it's a prison,
a whole entitlement, like yes, that's the truth.
Now again, everybody don't like prison. No, but everybody don't go out, and I get it. I think it works perfect when you find that person that's you all walking together parallel. If you're dating someone and you know that they like to go out and you don't, that's something you need to bring up before you get married.
That's right.
If you're one of the ones that you don't like to go out and he don't like to go out, then it's great. Y'all perfect together because y'all both like to stay in the house and be with each other. I had a friend of mine.
Because that's what you was doing before you asked me to marry you, though.
Exactly.
Those are the things.
My thing is, I had a buddy of mine who he dated this young lady, and they moved in together, and they actually met at work. They moved in together. They they lived together, they worked together, so they did everything together, and he was happy because that's where he liked to be, or they liked to be on each other. When he spoke to me as friends, we was at the bar, and I was like, dog, that's going that's gonna burn out. Like,
Yeah.
you can't be with nobody 360 all the time.
All the time. It is.
I think you don't have your own identity now. I know you infatuated with her and she infatuated with you, and it's all lovey-dovey now. But you get so enthralled with someone, then next thing you know, 3 years later, they broke up. And you can't be with nobody.
You
every
cannot.
Solid, you gonna smother them.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're gonna smother them. Even if they like it now, eventually they can be like, move. You know,
Yes.
go that way.
Yeah.
Then if one person start doing that,
It's gonna be a
change.
problem. It's gonna be a problem.
Right.
As soon
Because
as
yesterday we just did this.
Exactly.
Now today, wait a minute. When you went to the store, what happened?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why you call me to go laundry?
What happened? Oh, so the change then occurred. You
Right.
even got the timeline when you even want to put on there where the change happened. Because we didn't been together so much. Now the
Right.
change then occurred half an hour ago.
Right.
You know, I can't be smothered.
No,
I need my space.
Right.
That's why I go out. My husband's not really a go out type person, but then sometimes he does want to go out with me, and that's fine.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. But for the most part, you know, he work and he can't go out when I go out, and hey, I'm not gonna stay in the house because you can't go.
Right.
So I'm gonna need you to understand. And he does sometimes, and he don't sometimes.
Okay.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
What works for you, you know, may not work for the next person. But I do agree with you cannot be around a person. I need to miss you, especially if you live with a person.
Right. See him all the time.
See him all the time. I need a break.
Yeah. But see, and it's funny that the age that I'm at now, you know, at going on 50, that, you know, when you talk to different people, and there's different stages in life. You know, when you're a little younger, that's cool. You know,
Right.
you're infatuated, you like to be around them. You know, and I think it's also, too, your business, what you got going on outside of each other. 'Cause
Right.
If you're spending time on building a brand and building business out here making money and trying to make a difference and build a bridge, as I always say, a financial bridge, you ain't really got time unless your wife is in the business with you.
Right.
You know, you be doing your thing, and she respect that.
Correct.
So, again, with everything that's going on with social media and just life, it's hard. I get that trust thing. It's hard because
It's
you
very.
know, it's very hard. You know, it's hard, and nobody want to feel like they're being played, and nobody want to feel like that you getting carried over, and you know. So I get it, but I just think it come a time where you got to realize, like, you know what, I'm just going. It all goes down. One of my big things I always say, you know, in my union is a house, right? At the tip of the house, at the tip of the list, God first, respect second, then love.
That's
There's
right.
no way in the world that I can love you with the same mouth that I say F you to.
That's right.
No.
Say it
There's
again.
no way. There's no way in the world. So that's just my philosophy. I
Yeah.
can't sit here and curse you out and then say I love you. So respect. I think a lot of people. I mean, what always worked for me is when God, respect, and love. Because if I don't respect you, if you don't respect me, think about it. Think about
Right.
the relationship that people with where the mate don't respect the man.
That's right.
Oh, it's terrible. Or the man don't respect the woman.
Right.
It's terrible. But if that respect level is there, you can get through anything. Because you
Right.
respect them. And people are human. People make mistakes. You know, the other day, I was listening to this new song, which I can't think of it, on Jay-Z and the new album, right? And B says, I think it's called Love, Hate, Love, something. But anyway, it's really hot line when B says something about where, if she, I'm trying to paraphrase, but B says something like where, I'm getting rocked number 2 because if I should have kicked your ass, for doing that with me the last one. But
Right.
she says, she's come back and said, if you love a person, if the love is stronger than the hate, then you can conquer anything.
Right.
You can get through anything, and that's true. So nobody trying to paint a perfect picture. Nobody's, perfect to me.
Right.
So my thing is just, you just gotta respect. I think you go with that respect level. If you're a respectful man, if you're a respectful woman, you can kind of get through anything.
Right.
And you work through it. So.
Sounds good, Keith. I love it. I love it. Y'all, we at our 5:30 second half, and we would like Keith to let y'all know before he leave the show how y'all can find the book and anything he wants y'all to know about the book tours, anything you got coming down the pipeline that you just want to share with the audience real quick.
Sure, real quick. You can follow me on all my handles. My handles are authorkeithchilds.com. My website for the book, to get the book, is, you can go to Amazon or barnesandnoble.com. But to get the book, if you want me to autograph it, it comes right to my website. Go to www.authorkeithchilds.com. My tour, it'll be on my webpage. Please go on my website, on Author Keith Childs, or on my personal page for my friends who go on my page. And I put it on my page and on Instagram, the whole list of tours. Every Saturday, I'm doing a tour. So
Okay.
every Saturday throughout, hopefully for the rest of the year, I'll be somewhere, hopefully near you. Stop through, come see me. But before I go, I got something to always bring gifts, right?
Oh, yes,
So
he
last
do.
time-
Well,
He wore that
I
shirt for
stop
last
it.
time.
Last time, so here, give me.
Uh-oh.
So should we
Yeah.
open it now? Open it now. Okay.
Okay,
real
let's see
quick.
what we got.
It's almost like the bear gifts. They say, you know.
Yes, you
Look,
do,
you,
Keith.
Come
you,
in.
you already come bearing gifts,
Come
baby. That's what
bearing
I
gifts.
say.
Come
Come
on,
bearing gifts all
You
the
know.
time.
Let's see what
We got
this
some
is,
gifts
y'all.
over here. Let's see what we
Yeah,
got,
so
y'all.
last time they had shirts last time. Maybe?
Yeah,
Yes.
you gave us shirts
And
the
I
last
still
time.
wear my shirts. You know I
We got the mug, y'all. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Shit, we got the Easy Pray mug.
That's
going
what's
on.
up.
Mug, y'all see that, right?
Easy pray.
Thank
What's
you
up?
so
Make sure you get the book. Get a copy.
Yes, get a copy of that
Barnes
book
and Noble,
ASAP. ASAP.
Amazon.
And we thank you so
Author
much.
Keith Child, www.authorkeithchild.com. Go cop the book, guys. It's the hottest book right now in the street.
Get it.
Go get it. Let's talk about it. Appreciate you.
All
All
right.
the time. Thank you so much for coming
thank
to
you.
share
Thank you.
half of your day with us today.
Oh,
We
I
appreciate
I
that.
appreciate y'all having me.
Absolutely. Anytime. Anytime. All right, y'all. We got Miss
Let me get about
Dionne.
$5 off you for them books or something. You know how we go. Let me get about
Stacey
$5.
trying to get a discount off the book, y'all.
No, I want $5. All these books he's selling, I want to borrow like
Oh,
$5.
she want to borrow $5.
That's all.
Okay.
You know, I want to borrow like $5.
So yeah, so we got Dionne coming up next. Give us like maybe like less than a minute or so.
Yes,
She
we
right
got
outside the
Dionne,
store.
Rita coming in,
Thank you
running
so
for
much.
council, y'all. Y'all hold
so
fast.
appreciate you.
I'm getting ready to come right back. We're going to break right now. We'll be right back.
Thank you, lady. Hey, there's a look. Look up Pat Jordan. Look at Stacy.
I love eating these
Sneaker
sneakers,
good.
though.
Got sneaker good.
These the infamous what? I was more up here with Easy Pray, baby. That's how you know they're real good. The mouth get real watery, y'all. Y'all know how it goes.
All right, jump out the way.
Oh, yeah, we got
Let me jump out the way.
Hi, sweetie pie.
Let me jump in the next
How are you? Good to see you all.
At large, council. You look familiar. I was like, you look familiar, like I've seen you before. Okay, Scotty, you know he's a real strong supporter of mine. Okay, I'm surprised. I'm like, Scotty, you know, I grew up uptown. Scotty, and my oldest sister was really good friends. When Rita, she died. She was killed by her husband, actually. Yeah, so I know Addie, Dionne. Down in your yard. Okay, Dionne for DC. Yes, November 6th. Yeah, Scotty's a really good friend of my family. Addie and I just like he's like a big brother. Yeah, I do.
Hottest book out right now.
Okay, that's all right. Let's
We'll
do that.
connect. All right.
I
Good luck.
appreciate you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. Thank y'all for having me. All right. I will. Okay. Thanks, babe.
Is your mic on, Dionne? Okay.
Test. How do I know?
It's a button. So we are back, and we have Dionne Rita with us, Miss DC City Council candidate here. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So you want to tell our audience a little bit about, you know, who you are, what you're running for, and what's going on?
I would love to.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. First, thank you, ladies, for the opportunity to be here.
Sure.
I know you all very well and just appreciate you guys thinking enough of me to have me on.
Yes.
So, yes, I am a candidate in the City Council at-large race.
Okay.
So, I actually am a native Washingtonian, been here my entire life, fourth generation Washingtonian. My platform issue is really simple. I try not to make it difficult for people. I believe that we should have a city that works for everyone, and we currently do not have that. From everything from our school system to being able to purchase a home in DC. All of us around this table are natives. We know how important it is for us to have a good education. I graduated from Theodore Roosevelt. When I was in school, I tell people this all the time, we had trades in our school.
That's right.
So individuals who actually decided if they didn't want to go to college, they had a trade. And after they got their trade, they were able to not only start their own business, many of them, but they were employable. And I believe that right now we are missing a really good opportunity to get our young people ahead, because not only do we have our regular trades, the plumbing and the building trades, we have the IT trades.
Yes.
And we have to hire people across the country to come into DC to take jobs, because we're not preparing a workforce for that industry. And there's something wrong with that. I tell people I got a 5-year-old granddaughter who enjoys being on my cell phone more than anything.
That's what they do.
If we don't take advantage of that opportunity right now, I mean, just imagine if you were in high school today and you had the opportunity to start an IT trade in 9th grade.
Oh, yeah.
Graduate in 12th grade with a certification and be able to walk out the door with a job paying anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000. And then if you got 6 more months of training, you can get a job paying from $80,000 to $120,000. And that's without a degree. And it's not to say that college isn't the answer, but it was the answer for me, but it's not the answer for everyone.
That's right.
And we have to create opportunities for our families to be successful in the city. That's one of the reasons why I'm running. The second reason is we need to have a city that if you work for the city, you should be able to live in the city. And that's not happening. I tell people, if it wasn't for the fact that my sister and I listened to our parents and we never sold our house, I'm a proud uptown girl, and we actually live in a house today that we had when we were kids. And the only reason why we're able to do that, not because we have no enormous amount of money, because we didn't recently buy it, but today, to buy the house that I live in today, we wouldn't be able to afford to do that. And I've worked for this city my entire life. What sense does that make? To give your all to a city you can't even work, you can't even live in?
That you've been here all your life. And I've seen it done. And it my house, my home that I grew up in, my mother was born, and it was 12 of them. They were born and raised. My grandfather built the house that we had from the ground. His hands built that house that every member of my family grew up in. And to see how when they passed away and the generations go on, and how they see you could just come and be offered some money, and guess what? You would not believe how much the house was sold for. So you know what I'm saying? So you already know. So me being the age that I am now, knowing how long ago that has been, I can just imagine what is going on right now. And all of the faces that I know when I grew up, the houses of the people who I know who lived in these homes, and guess what? You walk past them now, they are long gone. Even through the grandkids and the kids, and it's sad. It's so sad. That wasn't what they set this up to be. It wasn't set up to be like that. So
and they worked too hard for it.
Too hard.
And honestly, I tell people this, and I mean this, and I know you guys have a huge listening audience. This is the last time for us. I really believe that if we don't vote in this election, like our life depends on it, we might as well find a new place to call.
You better.
Because DC is truly becoming a city, and I'm gonna just be honest with you, because I can be honest, y'all know.
Yes.
See, DC is becoming a city that's quickly about the have and the have-nots.
It is.
And I'm not talking about people who don't work. What's frightening is there's people who work every day that are the working poor. I mean, you have to get 3 or 4 gigs to be able to survive.
Right.
And that can be fixed, and that's what I want people to understand. And one of the things that I've done, I've learned how to fix this. I've actually been a part of both government. I worked for Mayor Williams for 8 years. In addition to that, I worked for him when he was a CFO, so I understand money. I was a grants manager. In addition to that, I worked for a nonprofit, so I got the on-the-ground community experience, and I'm a business owner.
Right.
So when you look at all of that, and you look at the candidates that are out there, you want someone that's going to be able to relate to people, and also be able to put policies in place that's going to help more than just one group of individuals. We've got to create opportunities that we're not feeding the poor, but we're pulling people out of poverty. If we don't do that today, the reality is we're losing our opportunity. And this is nationwide.
Right.
And I'm not, and I tell people, when I look across the people that support me, it's a working metro workers, government work. These are people who are everyday working people. I don't have the rich echelon and the established, and I don't have those individuals that I'm associated with. I'm with regular middle class working people who want to be able to enjoy life, have good schools for their children to attend, and be able to live a life that's successful. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's doable. It's a way that we can do that. And my team have created policies around how we do it. So we have like 5 pieces that we're developing policy around my trades in school, affordable housing. It's ways that we can do that. And this is nothing new under the sun. So every candidate you hear, you're going to hear the same thing. The other piece that we don't talk enough about is small businesses. Where I grew up on Florida Avenue, there were 364 small businesses in the 50s and the 60s.
Wow.
All the way up into the 70s. And those businesses were owned by African Americans. And this isn't a platform about color. But my point is, I'm proud to be able to say that I'm an African American woman business owner in this city. I'm proud of that, and I'm not going to let nobody take that away from me. But the reality is, the regulations that are being placed now on small businesses are so enormous, you can barely be able to survive. And it's not that you don't want to do it, but it's a way that we can balance it out. DC, to get a basic business license is $500. Maryland and Virginia is $100.
Oh, wow.
So when you're talking about these young people that are selling oils and doing those things that are the right thing to do, it's nothing wrong with being an entrepreneur. All of us around the table are entrepreneurs.
Correct.
But the reality is to become a licensed business, and that's what we do.
I didn't know that. 500 in DC?
A basic business license. Now, in addition to that, you got to get your specialties.
Right.
Right? Because, for a restaurant, there's all these other licenses I got to have.
Everything under the umbrella.
But just the basic one. So the point is, we have to create opportunity. And now young people, they're entrepreneurs at heart, or Sam. I mean, they want to be able to hustle everything.
Right.
We just got to make sure that they're clear in terms of the path, create business plans and how you do it. But when you do all these steps, and then you hit this bumper, you are constantly hitting a bumper, it's almost you get discouraged. I do it and I'm 47.
Yeah.
So my piece is making sure that we have small businesses that yield, and we don't talk about this enough. Small businesses in the District of Columbia is the 4th largest employer. Small businesses hire more people than the District of Columbia government.
Wow.
DC
you
residents.
Educating us today.
DC residents. We hire more DC residents than many of the industries. And we have to be mindful of that. These are small businesses from everything from hairstylists to restaurant. I mean, name it. We got to think about that. When you look at that mass of individuals, we're hiring people more than a lot of the larger corporations. So we're hurting our small businesses when we're looking at regulations that don't help them. The other piece is, if you're a senior, you should be able to age in place. All seniors don't want to move in, we always think a senior, when you get a certain age, they want to move them inside of a senior facility.
Oh,
we
my
don't want to
goodness.
do that.
I'm doing this
with
now.
our property tax, then we don't give them resources to be able to keep their homes together. Homes have to be repaired regularly. I mean, we looked at our closet today. We got to get our closet redone. Blame Stephanie. She got so many clothes. The closet is full. But at the end of the day, you got to constantly do things when you own a home.
Right.
But we don't yield opportunities for seniors to be able to do that effectively. So it's things that we can do that are not, and I tell people this all the time. I'm a collaborator. So I believe that on our city council, you need a mixture of everything.
Right.
And there's not currently, no disrespect, I think they're doing a fantastic job. I ain't knocking nobody. I just want one of those seats, right? And I believe I deserve one of those seats.
That's right.
But at the end of the day, the reality is this voice that I'm speaking, you don't hear it a lot. I'm an African-American business owner, married to a woman.
Here.
I don't have no problem with saying it.
Right.
I'm from this city. I love this city. We are ladies. I ain't trying to be nothing but who I am.
Right.
I respect my brothers to a degree that a lot of women don't. I want to create opportunities for people people to be successful. That's it. I want to pack up after I do that. Keep moving.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
That's what I want to
Thank
do.
you.
That's what's up.
At
I
the
love
end of
I
it
love
all,
That's it.
you know,
That's it.
and you pretty much have summed up like many of the questions that I had.
know,
and I
right?
love it
Look, she
because
just-
because I just wanted you to do, and you did exactly, you know, all of the
Yes.
everything that I wanted to, you know, think that people would even want to ask. You summed it all
You did.
up.
You took all our questions.
Yes,
away.
you really took all. It's not.
okay.
It's not.
Now we
no,
gotta think of
because-
some questions now.
No, because I'm actually sitting here thinking. Just today, I posted because you know I'm Mitch. I'm on the crew with Mitch, and we're
Mitch
doing
is
that.
tremendous. He's
Yeah,
helping me
shout
out
out.
so
He
much.
was on
Mitch,
here.
Thank you. That brother is looking out for a sister.
Yes, he
so
is
Mitch is the
awesome.
man.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
He's
he's
very
committed
awesome.
too. He's a
Yes.
good guy.
And over in the building where we are, I go in and I look at the all the papers and things that they have for the training programs, and I'm like, wait a minute, you know, and that I think before now, if I was to go out, I didn't see these things, and I'm always like, "Dang, where are the programs? Where is this and where is that?" So it really, you know, forces me now to really like put this information out there. Like, come on, y'all, come on, everybody, come on out now. This is real. Voting,
Yes.
come on, yeah. This is the time where you speak your piece,
Yes.
because if we
And if you
don't,
want change.
we cannot argue. We said this last time. You can't argue or fuss. No, now we are saying what is happening when we don't take a stance on what we believe and what we need to be supporting. Support the right things now. You see, you've heard. Now you know I'm gonna get it. You know I'm gonna get it up in there. You have heard Dionne. You heard her speak. You heard her. Now seriously, this is the time you get these kids out here that can vote. Stand up. It's for you all. You all. It's for our youth.
That's right.
Come on now. Pass the word on. We pass the word on about a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
But some things that we don't. Let's pass it on and say, hey, we got somebody that's behind us, y'all, that's willing to do this, that, and the third for us.
Yes.
You better take advantage of that, because guess what? It's not going to be there for long at all. And then you can't come back and say, I wish I would have,
Right.
could have, should have.
That's right.
I heard it a long time ago, and wish we to take heed to some of the things we probably didn't do.
Right.
But now, this is the chance. You have a whole lot of people in the youth's corner right now that they need to just stand up
That's right.
and be, you know, young adults about. Because you got people like Miss Dionne that's on the rise for us. So y'all better get together, because it comes in numbers. In droves, baby. Y'all better come out.
That's right.
Because
Yes,
it's going to
please
speak
come
for
out and
itself. I'm
support.
telling you.
That's right.
Come on out and do that voting, y'all. Pass that word. Y'all see Miss Dionne now down MLK and all through the city. That's right. If you don't see her, see this face.
Right.
See this
Remember
face
it.
right here. I'm
Y'all
telling
see
you.
it. Remember it.
That's right. It's on the real.
So, Dionne, can you tell us the date?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Most important, the date of the election is November the 6th. So
Okay.
we've been campaigning since last October
Wow.
on purpose. A lot of people, Dionne, I don't see you in a ballot in June. And I tell everybody the same thing. I was a Democrat the majority of my life. I changed my party on purpose.
Okay.
One, I'm not pleased with 100% of either one of the parties.
Mm-hmm.
But the fortunate thing about D.C., either party you're in, whether you're Republican or a Democrat, you get 2 votes for the at-large seat. So
Okay.
I'm an independent. And Anita Bonds was the only black woman on the city council, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I was not going to run against her.
Okay.
I'm a black woman. Whether we like all of her policies or not, she was the only one. So I chose to change my party 2 years ago when I talked to my family and we made a decision that I was going to run. So I am an independent, which means I only get one chance at this thing, and that's November the 6th.
Okay.
And it's a lot of people in this race. I must get at a minimum 50,000 votes to win this election.
Okay.
And unfortunately, a lot of times we're not voting. And
Oh,
black
yeah.
folk in
That's what it's
D.C., I can't just rely on us. This is not a color race. This is about principle.
Right.
So I need everyone who believes what I believe. And I'm not going to get it right the first time. I need your help. But we need to get me in there November the 6th.
Yes.
And I'm saying that November the 6th, you must vote.
Y'all hear that?
Everybody
November
to
the
get
6th.
out and vote. Everybody, bring someone. Don't say, oh, I think she got it. This is going to be a tough race. And I'm telling everybody, it's about money. And I don't have the money that them other folks got.
How
So
many people is it that you running against?
I don't think about all of them. There's only one of them that I'm paying attention to, and that's the one that got the seat.
Okay.
So my race is against the one that got the seat.
Okay.
But unfortunately, we didn't split it with about 5 or 6 other people.
Oh.
So
okay.
it's gonna be a hard race. So it's important, and I'm knocking down the doors. I go out every day. My wife will tell you, from door knocking to meeting people. I believe God, and this is what He said. He said, "Do this, and I'll leave the rest to Him." So every day I'm out here racing, and the reason why I'm doing it, and I tell people this: we must have a city that works for everyone. It can't work for some people and don't work for
others.
That's not what this was supposed to happen for us. Not in our city. Not in D.C.
Right.
You know, we got too many legacies in D.C.
That's right.
November the 6th, get out and vote. Dionne Reader. Check me out on my website, DionnForDC.com.
Y'all hear that? So we got a few people saying a few things on Facebook. This is not regarding your council seat. They want to know regarding a business in D.C. What are the requirements for getting alcohol license and costs?
Oh my goodness, that's a whole conversation. We
Okay.
need to do a session of Cheers.
So basically, she's saying you gotta come down Cheers if you want to know that information. Okay?
You have to set up
a
little mini seminar for that.
Yeah,
right.
I can help you out though. You definitely can go to the website and get more information. But there is a lot of requirements. It's not the easiest thing to do anymore to get an alcohol license because there's so many restaurants in the city and so many people that are not from here that are opening up restaurants.
Right.
So you got to be careful and definitely looking for liquor license to do.
Oh yeah.
So it is a process and there's some requirements, and anyone who wants to know more in detail, I would love to share the information.
Y'all hear that?
Hit me up. I don't have no problem with sharing. All information is power.
That's what's up. Do you want to let our audience also know your social media information so they can follow
everything
you?
is Dionne for DC.
Okay.
DionneForDC.com. Everything is DionneForDC.com.
Okay.
All of my social, Twitter, everything is social media.
Okay. So one question I did have that you didn't answer was, so do you think that you're going to get the support that you need? Like, you know, we always talk about support on this show. You know, for me, I talk about support for my boutique. Stacy does. Hey, everybody on our panel is an entrepreneur.
I know.
So we all talk about support all the time. So one of the things I did want to ask you, you know, you've been campaigning, you said, since like last year. So do you think that you have the support that you need to get these 50,000? Because I don't live in Maryland. I live in Maryland. I wish I could vote for you in D.C.
I know.
But I live in Maryland. But here nor there, do you think that you're going to have these 50,000 votes that you need, at least 50,
if
to
we
get
get
what
out
you
and
need?
vote. I mean, the reality is,
If we get out.
You know, every ward, I need to carry the votes in every ward, and that's the truth. I'm not selling.
And it's 8, right?
Less. It's 8 wards in the city. I'll be representing all 8 as a citywide at-large council member. You represent all wards of the city. Okay. So I believe, honestly, Stacey, let me just tell you the truth. I really feel victorious. And I'm not just saying it because I'm on the show. I feel very confident about this. And the reason why I do is because the combination of what God has done in terms of my life, from the government experience, even federal government experience, the nonprofit community base, and then the business. I mean, you know, we talk about Cheers all the time. Right. That's not easy. You see it firsthand. Yes. Stacey's the only person I know that came in as a celebrity bartender, and before you know it, I think she's my business partner.
Stated, right?
Stacey tell me what to do. But my point is, you know, with all of that experience, and then one of the things I think is pivotal is we have to listen. And I'm a listener. I'm going to listen to what you say. I may not.
I will attest to that. She do listen.
That's right. Listen to what you're saying. We're going to come up with the best answer. But everyone who's a registered D.C. voter must vote in this November. They saying they're going to vote on here. I will be supporting you.
Please do.
I will be supporting her. And share with me some of your concerns. Because, again, I see things from the lens of the people, myself, and what I've experienced. Share with me some issues because it's always important for me to know what the issues are where you live. Right. It may be different.
I hear that.
And that's a bigger, and you know what? That's another thing that I like to put out there as well, because a lot of people don't. They do not share. They do not complain if it's an issue. Even if you like it. Even share the good and the bad. Yes. That way you will not be overlooked. Believe me, I've heard, I listen, and I've been in these places, and I've worked with the kids, like I say, in some of these places that you go to. If you do not speak up, you are definitely overlooked. How they gonna know? Right. How are they gonna know? That's just as well as you go in the stores with the bags and the Family Dollars and things like that, and they have to give you trash bags to put your things in. You have elderly that have to walk up to the street to the bus stops.
That's right.
So you don't complain about not having bags in your community for either yourself. It's the littlest things. It's like the commercial, I put up a sign, the commercial had the chicken sandwich that looked so good, but when I bought mine, it looked like it was a fish.
Oh, God.
Come on now. These are the type of things, the littlest things. And you know, I'm just speaking on the little things. Now, the things that we really, really need to focus on is what we really don't focus on in our communities. What we see and, you know, things that need to be better. You know, you have elderly on the corner or something. You have lights out. You have this, that, and you feel discouraged because you called one time. You're going to have to call more than once. Now, that's one thing you're going to have to do. Don't get discouraged in what you're doing, because guess what? They're going to look back and see, oh, it's been 5 calls versus you calling that one time. They're going to be more susceptible to go to this 5 times. That's right. So you have to, don't think, you have to think about you're in this community. You live here in this city. You know, I don't even, and again, I'm feeling this way, and I don't even live in D.C. anymore, but that is where I am.
Right.
And now, so I'm trying to push the button for those that I know that do live in D.C.
That's right.
You know, I just do it because I see in Maryland, we don't have a lot that DC offers. So I'm like, when you have somebody that's for the good for you, get out there, get your kids. A lot of people my age have kids that can vote now.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Get your kids up. Get their butt up if they ain't doing nothing, or if they
Even
are
if they are
doing
doing
something.
get them out
In
there.
November, you let them know this is the day to vote. Come on now, get out and do something. Somebody for the cause. I'm
That's
going to keep
right.
on saying it because
Y'all have always supported me.
now, I'm
Yes,
telling you,
absolutely.
always, because when you, especially when you have someone in your environment
Right.
that's been there, that lived here, been through the realms, know and want better for what's coming under us.
Right.
How much better can you get than that? Somebody who knows.
And another advantage that y'all have too, y'all can go right downstairs and see Dionne and tell her personally
Face to
how you
face.
feel.
How you feel. Go
what
right
type
on
of
down
things
there.
you want to see different in DC. This is the person that you need to be talking to now before November.
That's right.
So when November get here and she is elected, we claiming that victory.
That's right.
That she gonna make these changes, or at least try to get to the changes
right.
that y'all want to
That's
see.
right.
Y'all have an advantage now. I wish we had that in Maryland.
And
We
she's
don't-
so personable because you know if you
Yes,
think about
very.
it now, everybody pretty much if you look back years back, it's like pulling teeth to try to get to talking to somebody, or you have to go through so much to get to an official to really let them know what may be going on. Now
Right.
you are so hands on.
Yes.
It's right there. It's just right there.
Right.
And it's just utilize the positive things.
Yes.
And let's wean more out of the negative and just
Right.
come together. Vote, vote, vote. I'm telling you, that's all I can keep saying is vote.
That's right.
Come on, seriously, man. I just can't say it enough.
Yes.
Vote, vote, vote. Get
Vote
these.
for Dionne, y'all. Dionne
Come on
Rita
out
right
here.
I
here.
appreciate that.
Yes.
Yes.
Things too, and I'm gonna say, and I know you guys are about to end. It's imperative that, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm not interested in being a star. Like that's not my thing. Like, I've been a servant, and it's so funny. Stephanie knows because she's the one that gets it all the time, good, bad, and ugly. But it's like, why I gotta do this? But it's all I know how to do. When we met, God is my witness. Stephanie and I have been together for 19 years.
Oh, wow.
Right? I tell people we've been friends. We had our little ups and downs, but it's been 19 consistent years that we've been friends.
Okay.
And that's my best friend, y'all. My wife
That's
and
what's
my
up.
best
That's
friend.
right.
But when I met her, I had a college prep program. We used to laugh. And we used to drop, we had one car at that time. And she would drop me off in my college prep program. She's like, how you start doing that? I was like, because I just want to help him get in college. But I wasn't thinking of all that stuff. It just was the right thing to do. Just like, we talk about it all the time. We're responsible for each other.
That's right.
Whatever role we're in, I don't care what it is. And y'all do hair, y'all have different businesses. You know what it's like when somebody need their hair done. You just do it because folks, when they may not have no money, it's just the right thing to do.
That's right.
And the reality is those blessings come double fold, triple
That's
fold.
right.
That's
You
right.
don't think about it, but it just happens.
Yes.
So for me, it's not about being a star, getting down there, trying to get all the glitz and glamour. It's about being a servant.
That's right.
Yes.
Because when you do that the right way, I'm serious. I look forward to the blessings. on the
That's
other
coming
Oh,
up.
yeah.
That's all
you
the
look forward
time.
to that. So
Yes,
I just
indeed.
believe it's time for us to stand up, do the right thing by each other.
That's
people.
right.
It's only one type of people. I don't care what color you are. It's one type of people, and it's just people.
Yeah.
And it's time for us to do it the right way for the people who love this city and care about the city, and most importantly, those young people that's coming behind us. So
that's right.
thank you all for this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Y'all ladies are phenomenal.
Thank you.
And
would
you
love
all
to
too.
Come back again.
Yes.
Closer to the race.
That's right.
You are
Let's
always
talk about
welcome
it
to come
again.
back.
Anytime.
You know my number.
I
I'm
already
down
know.
cheers
Look,
once a
I get
month.
fussed at once a month. Once a month, second Fridays of the month, I get a good old fussing.
Yes, yes.
But it's
I
all
love
out
it.
love.
Yes,
what's up.
yes. And look, I gotta add this too. So her wife, our birthday is like around the same
my
time.
God.
It's days apart. So she always be like, "You act just like Stephanie."
Oh, so you get it from here and here.
I told her Friday. I said, okay, Stephanie.
And look, that's crazy. I'm Stacy and she's Stephanie. Ain't that something? But yeah, so please come out and support Dionne. November the 6th, right?
That's
November
right.
the 6th.
That's right, November
Support
the
my
6th.
girl.
Thank
Get
y'all
them
so
votes
very
in,
much.
y'all. And she gonna come back closer to the date, so make sure y'all tune into that too. I'm glad you brought up, it's something you brought up a minute ago, and I want to say this before we close out. We are gonna be sponsoring a back to school drive. Stacy came up with this idea for our show, and she's teaming up with some barbers. So we're going to keep y'all every week informed about that. We also teaming up with WPGC with this. We trying to team up with Fox 5 to try to get on, so we can try to get all type of, we trying to get all type of companies to, whatever they can give, book bags, haircuts, hairdos. We trying to do it all for these kids when they go back, because there's a lot of kids who cannot afford it. And a lot of parents that cannot afford it. So we want to make sure we give back to the community in some type of way. So Stacy, I'm so thankful that you came up with this idea for the show. WPGC just waiting on us. I already talked to them. They just waiting on us to let us know what we need. So yeah.
We'll partner with you guys too.
Okay.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
You.
So
You know,
yeah.
that's something we.
I already know.
You know, I'm big with that. You know, like Scott and I did that. We sponsored 2 kids a few years back with their prom thing, and it was just awesome. And oh man, it's just great. Then the prom reload, then it's because these kids, man, long as they see some incentive, and they see that somebody's there for them, that's all. That's all. I see it every day with these kids I deal with. So yeah, so anybody that's you want to do anything, donate anything as far as the haircuts, hairdos. We having a schedule put up prior to the day that we can get the kids in. It'll be the parents' responsibility for them to get them there. We will have the appointments done and all, but for the school drive, we'll have more information about that. But as far as the hair do's and don'ts, I know personally myself, I will be donating my time to do at least 1 to 2 young ladies' hair for the first week prior to going back to school. That's myself. So that's like 2 a day, and it's an option. They just have to provide their own hair, whether it be a weave, braid, or whatever. I will do whichever service. So it's you just provide the hair. So as far as anybody else, we will see and do a breakdown of that and let the parents and all know what it is. But thank you so much for teaming us, y'all. We got Dionne for council, y'all. Yes, we got them coming in, teaming up with us. That's right, Dionne. Love you so much, baby. We claiming that. We claiming that. I swear I ain't in DC, but we claiming that.
That's right.
We have to do.
That's right. Have to.
All right, y'all. So until next Sunday at 5, next Sunday we got Tricky Entertainment with us next Sunday. We also have Keezy from Team Familiar with us next Sunday. Did I say it right this time? Keezy. Okay. From Team Familiar. So make sure y'all tune in next Sunday at 5. Y'all already know the ladies of the Chyna'Pink Talk Show. See us next week.
Thank you for tuning in.
It's the ladies of the Chyna'Pink Talk Show. It's the ladies of the Chyna'Pink Talk Show. Hey, it's the ladies of the Chyna'Pink Talk Show. The Chyna'Pink Show. Chyna'Pink Show. The Chyna'Pink Show. Chyna'Pink Show. Hey, India, Nikki, Chyna'Tree, Pinkaboo and Stacy, Chandra Maya. We the ladies of the Chyna'Pink Show. Chyna'Pink Show. The Chyna'Pink Show. Chyna'Pink Show. Hey.
Because and we worked with the Jobs America kids. They I think they partner or they own this store in this building, and they own the one that's on Minnesota Avenue, whoever that is on Minnesota Avenue. And because they gave us they took the taxes off, so we gave them, and their shirts were the cheapest and their pants. So in other words, we ended up spending like $22 per person, and the parent was able to get one shirt and a pair of pants. So maybe that's another option. You may not be able to do as many of those, right? But we can at least do some, and they may. Or even, I mean, you gotta think. Well, we got enough partners. You got enough partners. If you really do this early enough, get Scotty and them involved. I mean, everybody pull on them, but it's a tax write-off. So you get people involved, and you get a couple of $100 from everybody, or $100 from everybody. Before you know it, you're able to do at least 100 kids. I'm gonna text you somebody's number to get on there. The little guy, he's one of the producers of one of the shows. I can never think of it. He wear makeup. Yeah. Him and I was on the show together.
Find out